Hi, Winnie. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. As we're about to go into finals week, I've really been thinking about the language we use when we talk to ourselves about our situation. And we often use attack language. We often talk about how, oh, I've got to tackle that job, or I've got to buckle down and do this thing, or we mentally punish ourselves for what we didn't do. And we use all kinds of mental language that is framed as attacking tasks or things we've meant to do and haven't done, but really they're attacks against ourselves. And as we embark on this final week of the semester, I'd really like to encourage everybody to be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself, and nurture this special life that you have been given, okay? And we do that in any number of ways. We do it through getting adequate rest. We do it through eating food that nourishes our body. We do it by consuming messages that nourish our minds and our souls. So I'd like you to think of nourishment and nurturing as your primary obligation to yourself in the days to come. Now, part of that nourishment and nurturing means governing your thoughts to the greatest extent that you can. Now, I know that a lot of us suffer from anxiety and depression. I do as well. So we can't always control those things, but to the degree that we can control our thoughts and keep our minds from running on the negative, the better off we'll be and the kinder that we'll be to ourselves. And one thing I've found true for myself as I have gotten older and hopefully a little wiser is that I can tell when I'm getting into dangerous thought territory and when I'm about to step over the edge into despair. And I've learned to step back from that edge. So when I find myself letting my mind run on negative thoughts, I try to be aware of that's what I'm doing and to step back from that. I think that's a skill that we can all acquire. I think we all have to identify where that line is for us and what kind of thoughts take us over that line into despair and how we can recognize when we're going somewhere we don't want to go in our heads and to pull back from that. And what does it take to pull back from it? Well, it could be any number of things. You could have a good friend who knows about your thought patterns that you can call and say, hey, I'm about to go to the dark place. Can you talk me off the ledge here? Or it can just be a recognition that you're letting your mind run on the negativity and that you need to take a step back from that and maybe watch a funny TV show or send a text message to someone to say, I love you. Just something that's going to turn your thought patterns towards something more positive. So, as we're venturing into a challenging week of the semester and one that um, prompts us to reflect on what we could have done better over the past weeks and where we maybe didn't live up to our expectations, it's easy to just get stuck in this negative rut. And so I'm really encouraging everybody to think about what happens when you let your mind run on those thoughts and learn to recognize where is the line where you have to say, wait a minute, I just have to turn in a different direction, or else I know I'm going to slip into a negative thought space. And be willing to reach out for help, or just for a hug, a smile, a message from somebody else, or a TV show or song that makes you happy, and turn that thought process around. Recognize when you're up against that line and step back from it, pull back from it deliberately. And as you practice that, you'll get better at it. It will become easier to identify when it's happening, and you will be able to uh, arrest your progress toward the negative thought space. I want to tell you that I believe in you and I'm proud of you, and I know you can do this. And all I ask of you is to do the best you can in the moment. Okay? So when the time comes to perform, quote unquote, give it your best in that moment, and then be merciful with yourself and show yourself some grace that you gave what you could, and that exam or whatever is now behind you, and we move forward. Regrets are not useful unless we look at our past behavior and identify what we'd like to do differently in the future. Just letting your mind run on regret doesn't solve anything. So chin up, buttercup, be strong, enter the coming week with confidence. Give your best, even if your best is not at the level that you had hoped it would be. Just do what you can in that moment and be kind to yourself. Okay? Sending you all my very best wishes for the week ahead. Bye-bye.